Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
How you doing, fight fans? EJ Boxing Live here. So we're going to discuss the greatest southpaws that ever lived. I hope I got all of them in there. I think I have. So, I mean, there's a few of my favorites in there already. But like I said, we're going to discuss the greatest southpaws. There's a list here. So, there you go. There's a few of my favorites. Well, no, actually, these are not even my favorite. These are a few of some other people's favorites. So, without further ado, what we're gonna do? We're gonna come in. I got a list there. Let me see. Most people got these guys. HAGLER, WHITAKER, Manny Pacquiao, Nasir Hamid, Guillermo Rigondeaux, Hector Macho Camacho, Joe CALZAHGE, Vasilino Lomachenko, HITAKER. But I've added some others in my list. So I'm gonna start at number 11. Should I say? I don't know if this is like in terms of the order. I think I've got like the one, maybe number one. Number one, I think I've got correct. I think, but I think some of the others, yeah, I could probably move them over, but I just kind of added them in. Oh man, damn. So NBA news: DeMarcus Cousins has gone to Golden State. Sheesh. NBA's no, damn, that's top heavy all day. B-Marsh was a jump in. Okay. All right, B-Marsh. We had you in, bro. We had you in. Top Southpaw. B-Marsh, I have some others. My boy, B-Marsh is my tag team partner, boy. 1 minute, B-Marsh. I'm mad you in, son. Found my guy, B-Marsh. Really gonna 1 minute, B-Marsh. Hold on, let me see. Wait, 1 second. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So, like I said, I haven't really got them in episode over because some guys I might have missed out, but I think I got everyone. Oh dear, this bullshit again. Okay, I got all this bullshit. 1 minute is gonna take longer than I thought. This thing's getting on stupid. Getting on stupid for time, bro. Man, this is so silly. Oh yeah, I know what to do. I can add you that way. B-Marsh. Add him in. There you go. Let's type his name in there. There you go. It's already there already. Yeah. So I keep on adding the There you go, B-Marsh. You should be in, bro. You should be in already, B-Marsh. Jump in when you're ready.
Yeah.
What's going on, B-Marsh? How you doing? You alright?
Chilling, man.
Yeah, man. There's some breaking news, you know. DeMarcus Cousins is gone to Golden State.
Yeah, I heard. My man's hit me up, told me, man, 1 year deal.
Yeah.
Get like 5.4 mil.
Yeah. Boxing wise, well, hey, the Lakers have got some work to do, but we're gonna get onto this Southpaw list. Where you at, B-Marsh? I like you out on the road, bro.
Yeah, I'm on the train. I'm on my way home, man.
Oh, when are you gonna get back in? Because it's kind of windy out there.
I'll be home probably in 20 minutes.
20 minutes. All right. Well, listen.
Yeah.
Got some back. Well, okay. Let me add your input. What's your take on your favorite Southpaw?
Man, I love Southpaw boxers, man. That's why I said send me the link. Some of my favorite fighters of all time are Southpaw.
Yeah, which guys you got?
I like Pernell Whitaker. I like HAGLER. I like Manny Pacquiao. Hector Camacho. These are like my all-time favorites, guys that I've watched their whole career. You know what I mean? I just love the Southpaw style. I love how the guys can bob and weave. like Pacquiao. Fake like his head going right. Boo, you follow him, and that left just comes in. Boom. It's a thing of beauty, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah, man.
I think I got them. I think I got them guys. Them guys are on the list, but I've added some new guys in it. So what I was gonna do, I'm gonna start from like down, but I don't think I've got the list in the order I like the list to be because I feel I can just move them around. So I'm gonna start, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go. My list is like I've got like I think I've got 11. I've got 11. So first off, coming at number 11, I got Chris Bird. Chris Bird definitely one of the southpaws that no one wanted to fight in the heavyweight division. He held the IBF belt for numerous years, and he's the first guy to beat Vitaly Klitschko. Also, he beat David Two, who was a feared puncher in the division. I know he lost to Wuche, but that's there already with them wins already, beating Vitaly Klitschko, who's basically in the Hall of Fame. Chris Bird coming in number 11 had to be, boy. What do you think?
Yeah, I put Chris Bird was a good heavyweight, you know. I mean, wasn't quite the puncher, and he did have a couple controversial decisions, at least two in his title defense to Galata and that other black dude. I forgot his name. But I thought the Galata fight could have gone either way. But you know, he was a champ for like 4 years. He was a good southpaw, man. Lennox Lewis dropped the belt, and they fight the guy, the IBF strap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
You know. So, you know, he was a good fighter, good southpaw, a guy who came all the way from middleweight, started at middleweight and went all the way to the heavyweight.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. See,
yeah.
That's why it's always good to have two people more than one. Absolutely. And this is what I'm trying to say about the order. I got coming at number 10, Guillermo Rigondeaux. See, probably I could have moved Chris Bird up, but like I said, I put them in because I had a top 5 kind of thing, and I kind of put them in. I got Guillermo Rigondeaux coming at number 10. Guillermo Rigondeaux, a great Olympian as a pro. He done very well. Beat the number 1, I think it was number 3 at the time. He beat Benito Donaire. IBF belt. He moved up, tested himself against Vasily Lomachenko. He's a great fighter, and people didn't want to fight him. I talked to Scott Quick myself, and he said, "Why did I have to fight him? Why didn't someone else fight him?" Scott Quick admitted himself he didn't want to fight him. Nor did Carl Frampton.
At least Scott Quick kept it real, man. Unlike Carl Frampton.
Yeah, exactly. So at his time,
Scott Quick said, "Nobody want to fight him. Why should I fight him?"
Yeah, exactly. So in his time, he's a guy feared that he had to go up 2 weights to even try and get a competitive fight. So I got him at number 10. I think he listen, just for the fact that people were scared of him, I've got him higher. All right, so that what you think of it? All right, what's your take on Guillermo Rigondeaux then? You agree?
Oh man, Rigondeaux is my favorite current boxer. Like ever since he came out of the Olympics, he's been my favorite boxer in boxing. You know, that's why that fight against Lomachenko, I was really upset. You know, I was really hurt by that fight. But as far as southpaws, I mean, the guy was on the pound for pound list for many years. Guys afraid to fight him. Again, another great southpaw with a style that people don't want to get in the ring with, because that southpaw style, when a southpaw fighter got his shit down packed, fellas don't want that work, man.
Yeah, I agree, man.
They don't want that work, because that's a style. Usually, fighters fight more orthodox fighters. So the fighter like HAGLER, HAGLER, a good southpaw, and he's black too. Oh man, fellas ain't trying to fight him.
Yeah, I mean, boy, he's very good. He's very good in his day. Good though. He's a great technician. He went to Japan, Ireland, and everywhere he been, he was smashing people's orbital. So
yes, sir.
Right. Yeah. So I got Guillermo Rigondeaux coming at number 10. I got number 9, HITECH. Vasily Lomachenko. Dimash, I think he's in the train. I think he's going to the tutor. I know I see you guys in the chat. Don't worry, I'm going to come to you guys in the chat. Vasily HITECH Lomachenko, a multiple world champion, beat everyone who's ever stepped in front of him, except for Orlando Salido, that is. But other than that, his skills are high. His skills are very high. I mean, really easy. Like Gary Russell Jr., He beat Nicholas Waters, and recently he just beat Thing. He moved up weight and just beat the lightweight champion, long reigning running champion. One of my favorites is Jorge Linares. Just beat him and beating him handily. So I got him very high, and the thing is, he can probably move up the list. You're probably thinking, "Wow, I've got him so low down," but there's still stuff he needs to achieve. I mean, he's got names already, and he's making his way up there. And you're probably thinking he should probably be higher, but I've got him. He's on the list of course. So at number 9, Vasily Lomachenko. I'm sure B-Mars is going to jump back in at some point. He's on the tube at the minute. They'll probably contribute. And you guys, I see you chat going back and forth who your favorites are. All right, number 8 on my list. And he said, I think
Lomachenko is a good fighter. You know, one of the best, if not the best, southpaw in the game right now.
Yeah, what's your take on him, like?
Hey man, you should have put he's a good fighter. You know. I'd like to see him fight against guys. You know, it's crazy how the people say they never see nobody like Vasily Lomachenko. You know, these fans, they say he's doing things never been done in boxing. They love his style, but to me, this guy, Pernell Whitaker used to do similar things. You know what I mean? As a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? I think Pernell Whitaker got better defense, but as far as what he do, fellas like Pernell Whitaker was doing similar things from the southpaw stance, you know what I mean? And just making fights look very easy. So it's crazy how they used to say Pernell Whitaker boring, but the man Vasily Lomachenko is exciting. But I love Vasily Lomachenko. Never had a problem with him, but his fans overdo it there.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with you. I just actually forgot another fighter. Actually, I'll probably mention him a bit later.
I know who you forgot.
There's two. There's two.
Yeah.
There's actually two. But I'm gonna leave it though. But we're talking about Vasily Lomachenko. So I got him number 9, and everyone some people saying that Rigo should be on the list. But like I said to you, what's up? Yeah, I know. What's up, Kyle Burton? Yeah, we talk about that a bit. Kyle. I know Kyle's hot about that stuff. I know Kyle was talking some basketball. We're going to finish this southpaw list, and then we'll probably jump onto the NBA stuff in a minute, Kyle. As we're going up the list, we got Prince Naseem Hamed at number 8, one of the most hardest hitters featherweight of all time. Dominated his division, had every belt, not all at the same time, but had all the belts. And I know he lost to Marco Antonio Barrera later on, but definitely one of the most untouchable southpaws the boxers ever produced, and it was style, brought a bit of style, and there's a whole new unique way of coming to the ring out of the southpaw stance. He's war with Kevin Kelly. Actually, see, that's another. There's another southpaw. Like, was he Kevin Southpaw? No, was he southpaw? Yeah, I think Kevin. Yeah, Kevin was southpaw as well. That's another notable, great fight that he had, and also the one with he had other fights. What was his name? Kid Vegas as well. One of his last fights. But like I said to you, EJ, I think of Islam. EJ, what do you think of Islam? I don't know what you're talking about, Adam, about Islam. We're talking about Islam. But definitely one of the greatest southpaws in the featherweight division, and I've got him coming in at number 8. So that's Prince Naseem Hamed. B-Marsh will probably come in and jump in when he's around.
I'm here. I'm just putting on mute while I'm on the horse.
Oh, nice one, B-Mars. Go ahead, B-Mars. What do you think of Prince Naseem Hamed?
Again, another one of my favorite fighters in the mid-90s and early 2000s. You know, that man. You know, hands down.
B-Mars, you're breaking up. You're breaking up, B-Mars. You sound like Dan. You sound like Dan at the minute. You sound like a robot. Breaking up, B-Mars. You gotta find somewhere quiet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, like it's kind of breaking up, man. You're gonna have to get home, B-Marsh, and come back. You're gonna have to get home.
I'm not the training a bit. I get off the train in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm still gonna be here, B-Marsh. Don't worry about it. I'm still gonna be here because I think I'm gonna put some other guys on the list as well. So don't worry about it. You get home and get your thing sorted out. Because otherwise, you want to contribute properly.
I just knew that.
All right, nice one, B-Mars. All right, cool. So Prince Naseem Hamed, I would have liked to see him fight Eric Morales at the time. I would have liked to see him fight Indian Chi. That's one of my favorite fighters at the time. Some other guys as well. I would have liked to see him fight Johnny Tapia at the time as well. There's other guys that he could have fought. They were talking about what's his name again? The one Brera had a fight with Kenny McKinney. Is it Kenny McKinney? Kenny McKinney, the gold medalist. I'd like to see him fight him, but Hamid done great in his time, and I've got in number 8 one of the greatest southpaws of all time in the featherweight division, number 8. Okay, moving up to number 7, we got Michael second to none. Now a lot of people might have just overlooked this guy, but this guy in his time was one of the pound for pound number 1 boxer in the middleweight division. Michael second to none. Had a great fight with Aaron Barkley, very close fight. Knocked out notable names in the division, sparked them out. I got people like Donald Curry, Ayo Kalube. Also, I think he beat, he beat another guy, the one from Italian, I can't remember his name as well. But notable names as well, and done it in spectacular style. He wasn't necessarily a big puncher, but accumulation, work rate, and style. Michael second to none, definitely. Number 7. A lot of people probably don't look him up. He lost to James Toney, and his career kind of, I know he won another world belt at super middleweight. He wanted to fight Chris Eubank and Nigel Benn, the winner out of that fight. He was actually looking for that fight at super middle. But the fight with James Toney was an epic. He was actually winning on the scorecards in his hometown, and James Toney came back, and that was the emergence of James Toney. But he was pound for pound number 1 in boxing, and he deserved the crown unanimously. And Michael second to none was one of the greatest middleweights, greatest southpaws of all time. A lot of people, in terms of me, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. He went through some hard times. I think he got caught selling drugs, and he's in a correction facility right now, in prison or jail, you say, wherever it is in America. And he's there right now, so it's a shame, but he definitely deserves to be on the list. Moving up to number 6, we have Michael Moorer. So we've got 2 Michaels. Michael Moorer, man. Double M. Is it Double M? I think they called him. Michael Moorer. Michael Moorer, you already know, heavyweight. WBO. Was it WBO? Was it light heavyweight? I think it was WBA. I think it was WBA light heavyweight. No, cruiserweight. I think it was a cruiserweight.
Nah, WBO light heavyweight champ.
Yeah, WBA light heavyweight champ. He had a great fight with what's his name again? Smoking Joe. Was it Smoking Joe Cooper? What's his name again? Burt Cooper. Smoking Burt
Cooper.
Yeah, what an epic fight.
That was war.
That's when I got introduced to Michael. Is it Double M? That's what they call him, right? Double M.
Yep.
Double M. Yeah. That's when I got introduced to him. And this guy, listen, he lived up to it. But he listen, he's a great southpaw. I mean, I don't think people give him that much credit. He's a great southpaw, and he obviously
he fought a lot of nobodies at light heavyweight.
Yeah, but the
heavyweight.
Yeah, heavyweight. He got names, but the thing is that I mentioned it, because to show you where he came up, because obviously the jump from light heavyweight, but the fight with Burt Cooper was epic. But what the thing is, as he came up to heavyweight, the fights he had at heavyweight epic. Evander Holyfield, obviously George Foreman, where he lost the belt, but he fought all the best. You know, he fought all the best.
Yeah.
And he was good, and he was a great fight. What's your take on him, B. Marsh?
Well, he's the first southpaw heavyweight champion ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and a 2-time champion that too at heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? But he's a good fighter, man. Very good fighter, and he finished his career strong. He ain't go out on no losses. I think he won like 6 in a row and called it a day. You know what I mean? And Emmanuel Stewart, trained fighter from the Crunk Gym. Michael Moorer was very skillful. You know what I'm saying? I just think he was a good fighter, but he just was a little too arrogant. He thought he knew everything, you know what I mean? And he didn't take Teddy Atlas or Emmanuel Stewart seriously at times, and it showed in his work ethic.
Absolutely, but the thing is, I think as a champion, or just a personality, you needed that. I mean, he was guided by Emmanuel Stewart, and he didn't really get along with Emmanuel Stewart, but Emmanuel had a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
But Michael Moorer, that's I think as a fighter, you need that sort of confidence and that sort of arrogance to get you over. But I think in a certain time, the people around him and stuff, the people around him, not necessarily the best. I mean, Teddy Atlas, to be fair, he's got his own ego. He seems to me he's hard to get along with anyway. I mean, who gets along with Teddy Atlas? He knows knowledge of boxing, but he basically took someone else's fighter. I mean, he took someone else's fighter. That was Emmanuel Stewart's fighter. You know what I mean? He basically took him. So
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're trying to...
Like you said, Emmanuel Stewart had a lot of things going on. He had a lot of other fighters.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's just one of Emmanuel Stewart's other champions that he had going on. But Double M is a great southpaw. And then there's nothing as well for you guys listening. If you don't know who these guys are, you go check them out. I'll put the description in the list. Some of you guys don't think some guys should be on the list. But in terms of the greatest southpaws of all time, these guys definitely deserve. I've got 2 more names after I actually finish this. But like I said, we're moving up the list. We're gonna get to number 1, and then we're gonna debate of where we think people might be. But definitely Double M Michael Moro is a great thing. I'd like to see him versus the Klitschko's and them guys.
I'd like to see him versus
Lewis,
Quicksilver at light heavyweight. Virgil Hill. You know?
Nah, he would have made that one. But what about, he didn't fight Wrigley. I don't think he fought Wrigley.
He didn't fight nobody at light heavyweight, man. He beat up a lot of nobodies.
He had the WPO belt at the time, was fairly new, but I'm talking about as a heavyweight. I don't think he fought Riddick Bowe, and he didn't fight Lennox Lewis. No, but
he ain't fighting none of them.
Lennox Lewis didn't want to. I don't think Lennox Lewis wanted to fight him either. So, because remember, he's a southpaw, and it's not easy to fight him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, moving up. We're moving up. So we got number 5. We have Joe Calzahge, the Welsh. What is it? The Welsh Dragon.
The Italian Dragon.
Yeah, you know what the thing is about, even though it's Italian, people still see Joe as a Welsh guy. Anyway, Joe Calzahge, undefeated, great super middleweight champion, reign, how many 20 defenses, beat Roy Jones, beat Bernal Hopkins. Even though he got floored, quite exciting fights, barely any boring fights.
He got floored in both them fights.
Yeah, he got floored in a couple of fights. But Joe Calzahge's work rate second to none. Stamina. Joe Calzahge, a tough guy. I mean, you'd like to see him come to the States earlier, but you can only beat who's in front of him. He did finally come to the States, and he beat the Americans in there. And he's a Hall of Famer. With him and his dad both going. I think him and his dad both getting in the Hall of Fame. And or actually maybe just Joe Calzahge actually. So
Joe's in there, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great accomplishment from a guy from Wales, coming from a small part, and he's world's greatest fighter. Joe Calzahge, the number 5. What's your take on Joe Calzahge?
46-0, man. Great fighter. Yeah. You know, he had hand problems. That's why the man kind of fight like he's slapping, but he got it done. You know what I mean? He fought everybody out there in Europe, you know, except Sven Oki. Sven Oki wasn't trying to come to Germany. Leave Germany, go to UK. Vice versa. Calzahge wasn't trying to go over there to Germany, but hey man, Calzahge was a good fighter, you know what I mean? He fought Chris Eubank at a young age, an aging Chris Eubank, which was a good fight. You know, he had every single belt at super middleweight, not simultaneously, but he had WBO, IBF, and WBA and WBC. Took off of Kessler in the first fight. Yeah. You know, so the man beat everybody in his division, and he came to the States and beat 2 American legends, you know what I mean? So he's definitely one of the best southpaws ever.
Absolutely.
Definitely in the top 10.
Absolutely. And then the thing is, there was a couple of fights that he missed. The fight with Steve Collins, exactly. I was going to bring up Steve Collins.
Oh, yeah.
Collins, but then he ducked
ducked him.
Yeah.
And he ducked Carl Froch.
I was just going to say he ducked Carl Froch. You know
yeah. And not only that, he ducked another southpaw, a brother from Connecticut by the name of Chad Bad Johnson.
Yeah.
Dawson.
Oh, Chad Dawson. Oh, Chad Dawson. Hey,
another southpaw.
Hey, remember, notable names, yeah? So we've got, I remember that one. We're going to keep that one in. We're going to keep that one in as well. And we've got 4 names that notable names need to be mentioned as well. Yeah,
I can't wait to hear him because I want to see if you're thinking what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think we are. I think we're thinking.
Yeah.
Definitely, they need to be on the list. And I'm going to put them on the list just for the sake of it because I think they were great fighters. But definitely Joe Calzahge deserves to be on the list. And yeah, the Chad Dawson, we say Chad Dawson fight. We wanted to see the Chad Dawson fight, and he didn't want to fight Chad Dawson.
No question. He didn't want to fight Chad Dawson.
Nah, but he didn't need to at the time. I would have liked to see it, but he didn't need to. And at the time, he was like, you know, he beat Roy Jones and beat Bernard Hopkins, and more power to him. But what's up, Truth? Well, Truth in the chat, man. Nice one, Truth. All right, let's move up. All right, we're gonna move up now. We're gonna go to number 4. Now, maybe most people think, oh, how can he be above Joe Calzahge? But hey, like I said to you, when I put the list together, I put them in the order where I kind of think of like what I feel they've accomplished. Hector Macho Camacho, freeweight champion, beat Roberto Duran, beat Sugar Ray Leonard. Hey, bro, he was one of the greatest super featherweights.
Beat Greg Haugen.
Greg Haugen. He got names. Have you ever seen him at super featherweight? He was like Mayweather. He was
a bad man. This is a guy I've known since I was like 5 years old. I knew Hector Camacho. You know what I mean? It's macho time. You know, like I said, man, it's no job, no joke thing. I love southpaw fighters. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Even when I play fight night, I might just switch stances just for the fuck of it, just to confuse my opponent. Yeah. You know what I mean? Camacho, just like Prince Naseem, I was saying, these guys were some of my favorite fighters at the times when they were in their prime. You know what I mean? And Camacho at 130 wasn't nobody beating him. You know what I mean? He was so quick. The hand speed was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Camacho, you know, fought fellas like, what's that Mexican's name? He beat for the title, beat the shit out of him, man. What's that guy's name? Bazooka Limon. Okay. Bazooka Limon. He beat the guy from Uganda, Cornelius Boza Edwards. You know, these were good super featherweights in the mid-'80s. You know what I mean? I'd have liked to see Camacho face Roger Mayweather, but Roger Mayweather would have got that fight if he didn't lose to Rocky Lockridge, you know what I mean? So Camacho is a bad man, you know what I'm saying? But he had to switch up his style, man, when he got rocked by Edwin Rosario. That's when he stepped out the lightweight. Yeah. And, a Puerto Rican in El Chapo, Edwin Rosario, was a very good fighter. Rest in peace. Yeah, absolutely. These are great fighters, and that's why I've got him. This accomplishment. I know people don't remember about his style. If you talk about Prince Naseem Hamed, that's the guy he looked up to. That's where he got most of his style from. He got it from Hector Macho Camacho. You know? Yes, sir. Swagger from New flashy and flamboyant.
Yeah, from over there in Harlem, where the Puerto Ricos are. Harlem's in New York.
Spanish Harlem.
Spanish Harlem. Get me. The guy was bragging in style. You never see him wear the same uniform once. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he came in something different all the time. Hector Macho Camacho, and that's why I salute him. I'm making number 4.
Yeah, man, well deserved, well deserved. Camacho's that dude.
Absolutely, man. We're going to number 3. So we're moving up to the top now. We got Manny Pacquiao. Absolutely, Manny Pacquiao, Hall of Famer career. Will fight any and anyone. Obviously, that Mayweather fight happened late. I think Mayweather would have won whenever it happened. It doesn't matter. Yep. But the way he was doing it, it was great. I mean, there's some thing about him about the steroids, but we don't know about that. All we know is what he did in the ring. What he did in the ring was phenomenal, and what he did in a short amount of time, he knocked out. He got people like Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, Marco, he got Oscar De La Hoya, Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales. He's got
the resume vicious. Marquez 4 times, you know what I mean? Marquez. All them fights, you know, it's crazy how people, they always say, oh, why Manny Pacquiao always rematching this guy? Why you always, but all them fights were close, you know what I mean? So they had to be done. Yeah. It's good, man.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao is a great fighter. He's fighting soon as well. He's still fighting his own career. And I tell you what, man, Manny Pacquiao always excites. Never been in a dull fight. I know we lost recently against Jeff Horn, but he busted up Jeff Horn's face. Some people are going to be saying he actually won that fight, but multiple world champion. And where he came from, he come from the flyweights. You know, I mean, even it was like was it light fly, one of the light fly divisions, and to go all the way up into 154 welterweight and super welterweight, it's amazing. And Manny Pacquiao will well deserve it on my list. Maybe some people put him higher, but I got him number 3. Now we're going into the crunch now, and this is hard now. Yeah, we're going to hard.
Yeah.
And I could have moved them around and stuff like that, but it's hard to take the top guy off. But we're gonna go with number 2.
You see, Manny Pacquiao, when they say steroid shit, that's the same thing they're doing with Anthony Joshua. It's fan bases.
Yeah, I understand that. But the thing is, when people say what they want, as long as they ain't got no proof, then
they don't have no proof. And Manny Pacquiao, I remember, took Uncle Floyd Sr. and them to court and won because of that defamation, talking about that steroid shit.
There you go. So that's it. So we're gonna go to number 2, Parnell Sweepy Whitaker. Parnell Sweepy Whitaker, multiple world champion, style upon style, barely got hit when he was in his prime. Won undisputed. I think it was undisputed lightweight champ.
Lightweight, yeah.
Oh man, like easy. Like this guy was one of the greatest of the 90s. Always in great fights. Oscar De La Hoya, I felt like he won that fight, and he got robbed against Julio Cesar Chavez, one of the greatest fighters. These are Hall of Famers. He beat Azuma Nelson.
Shit, man.
We got Hall of Famers. Listen, this guy is great. Go ahead, speak on it, B. Marsh.
One of my top 2 favorite fighters. You know what I mean? I'm a Parnell Sweepy Whitaker fan. You know what I mean? You know, this guy's skill set was just incredible. His body punching too is very underrated. His inside game, you know what I mean? Parnell had that precise power, just drops you with that left. Ask Roger Mayweather. Go look at how many people he's dropped and knocked down, you know what I mean? And they say he was a feather-fisted puncher. But he had precise accuracy, you know what I'm saying? But Parnell with the defense, head movement, reflexes, and he was just one of the best boxers I've ever seen in my life. And truth be told, Floyd Mayweather said it himself. Every single time he walked into the ring, on his ring walk, he thought about Sweepy Parnell Whitaker. Because that's who he looked up to coming up, you know what I mean? That's a style that he emulated. You know, that Southpaw, man, I love Parnell Whitaker, man. Parnell only has 1 legitimate loss, in my opinion, out of his 4 losses? And that's the Tito Trinidad.
I don't think I was that fight. I don't even thought he won that. I thought he won that fight. I thought it was close though.
Yeah, I heard you say that, man, for many years. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm a Parnell Whitaker fan, but I conceded. That man's jaw was broken for like round 4, but he still was in there. He ain't get dropped. You know what I mean? He ain't get dropped. You know what I'm saying? But look when he fought Tito in 1999.
Yeah.
Parnell Whitaker was a champion from like 87, 88. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So he was way past his prime, but still gave guys like De La Hoya. That one he won. I had him winning that fight.
Yeah. What about the Chavez one? The Chavez one.
Oh, question. Chavez, Jose Luis Ramirez. This has a lot of robberies, man. But he won all those fights.
Yeah, I think Mayweather learned from what happened with him. And because I think Parnell was a respectful guy. And because of that, I think it took his toll and he kind of went into drugs because Mayweather. Yes. When I think about Mayweather, I think about what Mayweather saw, what happened to Parnell, before I saw the way they try to do him. And Mayweather, you ain't gonna do that. You done Parnell. Mayweather started talking shit, bro, and just to combat the beaters, and eventually he overwon. And I think in terms of Mayweather saw what happened to Parnell, because Parnell was respectful. He always tried to do things by but he got fucked over, man. He got fucked over, and it took a toll on him. And that's probably why I feel like you got into some of the substance after the boxing. But no question, he's one of the greatest southpaws to ever live. That's a question. Yeah. No doubt about that.
One of the greatest lightweights, one of the greatest boxers ever, period.
Period. Southpaw boxer, period. But this is the southpaw list. But we're going to get to number 1. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, number 1. Like Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the wrecking ball, the machine. Don't care where he has to go, to England. He'll just go, bro. This guy was a problem, bro. A decade of damage. This guy did, you know what I mean? Brought that bald head in. He brought that bald head in like what's the guy's name again? The guy back in the 60s. He put that, you know, what's his name again? The one who went to jail. The one who went to jail for it. The one who done that film for
Hurricane Carter.
Yeah. He brought that menace back. He brought that, man. He brought that menace back with the bald skull, the southpaw. He could even switch, and he just damaged. Came to England and beat Alan Minter in a hostile crowd. Didn't give a shit. Busted them up with the belt, and he couldn't get a chance to celebrate. And then he just went on a decade of rampage, tearing guys up. These are hard fights he had with some guys. Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas the Hitman Hearns, the 3-round war. And then you got them guys, obviously, with John the Beast Mugabe.
Beast Mugabe, man. That fight was one of Hagler's hardest fights of his career.
Bro, these are all fights, all great fights of all time the people's ever seen in their own eyes in the 80s. These are great fights. He was a great fighter, a great southpaw fighter that could switch orthodox, and he's hard hitting, tough, great chin, stamina, everything you want in a fighter.
He can box, he can brawl, he can box out the back foot, come forward, and knocks opponents out. Hagler is his skill set is one of the greatest skill sets of all time.
The total package,
especially with that iron cast chin.
The total package you're talking about. You're talking about the total package. He got the mentality.
And that's why on any given day, my two favorite boxers of all time are Pernell Whitaker and Hagler. But depends on how I'm feeling that day. You know what I'm saying?
And that's cool, and that's the thing. And this is a southpaw list, so we got Hagler #1. Like I said to you, man, the greatest. And as B-Mar said, man, it ain't given day. He one of the greatest fighters of all time, regardless of southpaw and starts. Hagler and Pernell Whitaker, for real. I mean, if Anna Holyfield were there, he'd probably be right up there as well. But as we're in the southpaw list, all right, B-Mar. So we got #1. We've got the list. We're gonna add honorable mentions. So my honorable mentions, I'm gonna add my first 2. Right?
Just name one, then I'll name one, then you name one.
All right, I'll name one, because I think there's like 4 of them. First, yeah, I like to say my guy, and I always talk about him, Corey Spinks, Corey the Jinx Spinks. Yeah, that's my guy, bro. That's my guy. He was supposed to fight Mayweather. It never happened, but he was the undisputed champion at welterweight. He went up to 154, won another belt there. He challenged Jermaine Taylor, arguably in a very close fight. He could have won that fight. You could have scored it for him.
Yeah,
the middleweight champion.
Close fight.
Yeah, southpaw. You know what I mean? Mayorga, he beat McConnell Mayorga. That's why I think he really busted into the scene. And he was a great fighter, man. He was a great fighter. I don't think a lot of people talk about Corey Spinks like that, but Corey the Jinx Spinks is a great fighter.
His skill set was very impressive, man. He was a good boxer, man. Yeah. Very cerebral. Had a high boxing IQ.
Yes.
And was not afraid to go anywhere. He went to Italy to beat that Italian dude for them belts.
Yeah, he got robbed the first time and then took it back the second. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter, man. So that's honorable mention. You got to be must. Who you got? Honorable mention.
Oh, of course, I gotta go. And for the record, I wasn't even thinking about Corey Spinks. That was a good one. I wasn't thinking about him, but I'm gonna go with the guy who beat him for all titles, Zab Super Judah. From Brooklyn.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
Zab Super Judah. You know, this guy's skill set was very nice, man. You know what I'm saying? This guy was a guy giving Mayweather work. He was even giving Miguel Cotto work before all them low blows. You know what I mean? Yeah. If only he would stay focused and didn't have that false sense of security with all his entourage and things. Hey, who knows, man? He probably would be one of the greatest fighters we talk about of the previous era. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he was undisputed.
Yes, he was at 147.
Yeah, he was, man. He was. He lost the Carlos.
And he was in an undisputed fight at 140 with Kostya Tszyu.
Yeah, that's right. He was, man. That's right. He challenged as well, man. It was a great fight. I think he hurt Kostya Tszyu in the first early rounds, and then Kostya Tszyu came back. Mayweather found him, but bro, on his time, he came back pretty well and won a belt again. I think Carlos Mabuza.
Kaiser Mabuza, yeah.
And he beat Matisse. What's his name? Matisse.
Yeah, Lucas Matisse. A close fight. That's a close fight. Could go either way. He got dropped in the 10th. It was a 10-round.
Yeah, he won that fight as well. So listen, that's why honorable mention. Absolutely, Zab Super Judah, man. Absolutely. All right, my next one, I'm gonna bring in the Flushing Flash Kevin Kelly. Flushing Flash Kevin Kelly, man. I love that guy, man. He's great to talk to. I've talked to him numerous times. He's fighting with Prince Nassim Hamid is the one that everyone remembers, but you gotta remember that he was undefeated for ages, and he was calling Nassim out for ages. He got a wicked knockout streak. He's fighting with Troy Dorsey. Troy Dorsey was a kickboxer, world kickboxer champion, became a world champion. That fight right there was a great, tough fight as well. listen, some names he's fight, people probably don't know who they are. But Kevin Kelly was a tough guy. I think he put the featherweights on HBO because of Kevin Kelly, and he was just a great fighter. You know, what's your take on Kevin Kelly, the Flashing Flash?
Man, I love that fight with Kevin Kelly and Derek Smoke Gaynor, man. Yeah, that's one of my favorite fights of all time, man. This guy, Kevin Kelly, eye was closed. Yeah. Derek Gaynor shut his eye. Yeah. And he was losing the fight. He was losing, man. But he pulled it out with a vicious left hook in the 8th round and knocked Derek Smoke Gaynor the fuck out in his home city in Jacksonville. You know what I mean? In his home state of Florida. Yeah. And the guy, and this was before Prince Naseem. This is before he fought Prince Naseem. A little after he fought Troy Dorsey. You know what I mean? And you know, he did lose to Derek Gaynor in the rematch, but those two fights with Derek Smoke Gaynor and Prince Naseem really put it on for the featherweights on HBO.
Absolutely, man. He's a great fighter.
Yeah, the man had like over 40 wins before he got his first loss. I think it was like 40-0.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. He was a great fighter. It's just that the time that people, you know, they wouldn't pay no attention to him, but he was a very great fighter. All right, B. Moscow, you were the last one. You were the last one.
Hey, man, you know I gotta go. Like I said when I came on, Southpaw fighters are some of my favorite fighters. I just like to see the different style. You know what I mean? And the guy whose style I really admired and liked was a guy from Argentina, Maravilla, Sergio Martinez. That guy was a great southpaw, man. This guy right here.
I forgot about him. Good.
Maravilla was the second longest reigning lineal champion ever at middleweight behind HAGLER. You know, this guy was a guy people avoided. You know what I mean? A guy who started boxing at 21. And for everything he accomplished, that's why I really enjoyed him. He was an older fighter, even in his 30s. Schooling younger guys with the movement. He was like a poor man's Roy Jones, hands down, enticing you to fight, come in, and he just counted you to death and just, you know, he was a good fighter. I liked his movement, man. He was an athlete. That's what he was. He was a guy who could, a cyclist and a soccer player who transitioned into boxing. You know, had great fights. I think his first loss, he was like 14-0 when he lost to what's that, Margarito. You know, but then he came back, beat guys like Kermit Cintron, knocked the fuck out of Paul Williams, one of two men to beat Kelly Pavlik. You know, this guy, he had a great career, man. Had a great career.
Absolutely. I can't even disagree. That one caught me offside. You got me
at one time, he was number 2 pound behind Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, you're right, man. You caught me off guard with that one, B-Moss. That was a very good one. That fight with Kelly Pavlik was great. I mean, that's when he you know, that's why where he really broke in. And it was like you said, it was like I think it was like a 154. He fought 154 with Paul Williams. Them knockouts, people still play them knockouts back. But to do what he did at middleweight, man, he done well. I know he lost later on. I think the Martin Murray might have beat him, but in Argentina, but he didn't. Martin Murray
had Martin Murray win that fight, and I was a Maravilla fan. But I gotta call it like I've seen it.
Martin Murray won that fight, but then obviously he got stopped by Miguel Cotto. But this guy was definitely
he was crippled in that fight. I ain't gonna lie.
People don't even talk about him no more. In fact, I think he's a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he is too. I like the fight with Cesar Chavez.
Yeah.
That 12th round was so exciting.
Yeah, man, you gonna be reminiscing on that guy. Someone caught me off guard.
He beat up a couple of your British fighters, Darren Barker, Matthew Macklin, back to back, knocked them out.
Yeah, he beat up one guy before that. Me and Richard Williams in England, man. That's the first time I saw him. He beat Richard.
Okay.
Secret.
Richard Williams, yeah.
Yeah, he beat him, and I was like, whoa. And that was my guy, man.
You fought him twice.
Yeah, I know, because we couldn't believe he lost. And I talked to Richard Williams about that. He said he was having weight trouble. He should have moved up to the super middle, and you know, that's the reason why. But he gives props to him and goes, bro, you lost to a great fight. He goes, yeah, I know, but it's just one of them things. But I'm gonna mention one more guy. So Chad, what's his Badman? Is it Chad? Was it Badman? Was it Badman? Oh,
Bad Chad Dawson.
Bad Chad Dawson. Because you mentioned earlier on, definitely a light heavyweight, a long range light heavyweight. I know he lost going down to Andre Ward and went back up and got knocked out by the reigning champion right now, Adonis Stevenson. But when he was doing his thing, he was doing his thing. He beat Anton Tarver twice. I know he lost to Pascal, but he was a great light heavyweight.
Beat Adamic.
Yeah, Adamic, go ahead.
Adamic, Chad, what's the guy? Tarver,
Glenn
Johnson.
Glenn Johnson, yeah.
Twice. He tried to fake the first injury. He lost to Andre Ward. And then he lost to Adonis Stevenson, who is also one of my favorite fighters, and is a southpaw.
Yeah, I've actually fought on another southpaw. Actually, while you're talking about, yeah, he was a great light heavyweight. And he held that belt for numerous years.
Now,
You
fought Pascal.
What about what? You talking about southpaw? You know what you're talking about?
Oh, Chad Dawson fought Jean Pascal.
Yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah, he did. It was a great fight. It was a great fight. It's just a time when he was fighting.
Hall of Fame bound. Even Floyd Mayweather at the time when Chad Dawson was beating everybody, he said he's the #1 pound for pound. That's when Floyd was in semi-retirement.
Yeah, he was a great fighter, man. Chad Dawson. Last one. I think this is the last one I can remember now. How can I forget Anton Tarver and the Magic Man, Anton Tarver.
Oh yes, the Magic Man.
I think if I put him on the list, I think I gotta move him right up there. You know, that guy right there, the knockout of Roy Jones. Hey, bro, the first man to send Roy Jones out, bro. He in a rematch, he arguably won the first fight, and then he definitely made sure in the second fight that Roy won't go in the distance, bro. He finished Roy Jones nicely and went on.
Finished him in round 2, knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah, and moved up to heavyweight and beat. You know, he ain't beat no big names at heavyweight, but he beat some guys at heavyweight. You know, Jonathan Banks beat the shit out of Jonathan Banks up in heavyweight. You know what I mean? And he was calling Anthony John, calling all the guys at heavyweight don't want to fight him. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter, Anton Tarver, boy. Great fighter. Talk. He came to England. Clinton Woods won the belt of Clinton Woods. He was talking mad shit when he came to England. Sheffield was talking mad shit on Clinton Woods. He's got a mouth on him. He's someone that people kind of forgot. And I actually a surprise that actually, you know, this came to mind now that I actually remember Anton Tarver and the Magic Man Anton Tarver, boy. Let's thought about it right now.
That's a good one, man. I totally forgot about him.
Yeah, see? But you know, you remind me of Sergio Martinez as well. But as we keep talking, we're gonna remember. See, the list this is what I'm saying. The list has to be amended.
Yeah, I'm sure the guys in the chat got their own list too.
Yeah. Talking about the guys in the chat, let's have a look at what guys are saying in the chat. Actually, saying if they're saying any sensible things in there. I hope they're not trolling. Let me see what people are saying in the chat. 1 second.
Somebody said Pacquiao's too high.
Yeah.
Because you have him at #3, man. Come on, man. Let's stop that. Pacquiao's, you know, people gotta take the bias away. Pacquiao's one of the greatest fighters ever out of the Asia. Not only that, just in boxing, period.
Yeah, he is. That's right.
Can't forget all about those exciting fights he gave us.
Yeah.
I don't forget nobody. Whenever they reach the pinnacle, you got to look at what they did to get there. And Manny Pacquiao did it, man. And what he did was kind of an anomaly because you don't see a lot of Asian fighters come to the USA and just dominate pay-per-views. And not only that, dominate their opponents. So no question, them fellas, whether you want to call him an 8 or 6 division champion, he's done stuff like Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, these legends have done, and Floyd. So he's not too high. He deserves to be right there. I put him behind Pernell Whitaker and HAGLER.
Yeah. My guy MC Boxing from Ireland, yeah. MC Boxing star. He got HAGLER #1, Pernell Whitaker #2, Manny Pacquiao #3. He got Vincent Salvatore. And he's got
Vincent Salvatore. That's a dude. That's a Mexican fighter.
Yeah, what tell me about him? I don't know too much about him.
I don't remember him too much, but I remember him as a southpaw fighter. Can't even remember his era, but I remember him. He's a southpaw fighter.
I don't know too much about him, but I definitely know the guy you got. And you got Edwin Valerio. Edwin Valerio. It's true. I forgot about Edwin Valerio, isn't it? He's pretty good as well.
Yeah, who he beat?
He beat
DeMarco. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. But he was pretty good. Everyone rated him pretty high. That was a
Yeah, I liked him too, but I just wanted to see him fight against, great competition. And the Pacquiao fight was about to happen, I think, before he passed away.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking this is the greatest Southpaws. Like in terms of like the guys, I got to do some research on that Vincent Salvatore. I don't really know too much about him. You caught me on that one. I don't really know too much about him. Most people got Sweepy, MC Boy, Southpaw talk. Yeah, yeah. A lot of the boxing noise. Most people, Rigo's not even close of being on the best. What do you mean Rigo's not even? Don't be silly, man. The guy with you don't want to fight Rigo. Don't be funny. Kyle talking about the Marcus cousin. We've got here Adam B. Talking some stuff about World Cup.
Vincent Salvador was a guy from the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my days! How can we forget this one? MCD, you're my man, bro. How can we forget Ronald Winky Wright?
Oh shit! How we forget about him, man?
Oh, bro, you're deep. Like I can't believe
Winky Wright with that high guard, man. Peekaboo defense.
One of the greatest fighters at 154, man.
Yes, sir. Undisputed.
Arguably beat Jermaine Taylor for the middleweight belt, man. Boy, he was bad, man. Winky Wright was bad. I can't believe I forgot Winky Wright. Ronald Winky Wright, bro. Oh, when you talk about
good to have the chat, man. Winky Wright, man, was a good fighter, man.
Yeah, man.
I liked his defense. Very, very good defense. Tight defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to amend my list. Listening to this, I'm gonna have to amend my list. I can't believe if I put one in Ronald Winky Wright, I'm gonna have to move some people down out here, bro. I'm gonna have to move some people down. Ronald Winky Wright is high, bro. He's beating off Felix Trinidad. Oscar De Hoya never wanted to fight. Oscar De Hoya ducked him. He beat Shea Mosley handily twice. Bernard Hopkins, wasn't a good fight for him, but at least
that's also a close fight too. And he had to come up all the way to 170.
Yeah, he challenged himself. That's what I'm saying. He challenged himself, man.
And that fight was close.
Yeah, listen, he was great. Ronald Winky Wright, man, he was great. He dominant, you know. He haven't had that belt for a long time, bro. The IBF.
Yeah.
For ages. What about him and Fernando Vargas? That was
close, but I had Winky winning.
Yeah, a lot of people had Winky winning that fight, man. Absolutely. Man,
they gave it to Vargas.
Yeah, nice one, MCD Boxing Report. Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, there you go, man. Remember that, yeah, Ronald Winky Wright, bro. Good one. The fight with Vargas was close. That's that. So I'm saying, and that's the whole point. I'm gonna have to put some guys in the list, and then put some guys on the list. I think I got all the guys here, but some of the guys they like Ronald Winky Wright, Hall of Famer, great fighter. You think how can we even forget about Ronald Winky Wright, man? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was a good one, Ronald Winky Wright, boy. I think he'd be high on the list, but I think we got some most of the major guys. But yeah, like I said to you, them Southpaws, they're very hard to fight. They're very hard to fight. They're always tricky. And you know what I mean? Like they grow like this and they're effective. When they start putting their hands on you, bro, it ain't fun. You know what I mean? Manny Pacquiao ain't fun.
Floyd ain't fight too many Southpaws, you know what I mean? He fought Zab Judah. After that, it was a while. He fought
Manny Pacquiao. He fought
Robert Guerrero, the Ghost.
Yeah, he fought thing as well. I think Shaman Mitchell was Shaman Mitchell a Southpaw as well. Yeah. I think Shaman Mitchell was a Southpaw as well. Yeah, he was Southpaw as well. He beat him. Shaman Mitchell, I already mentioned him on the list. He was a good fighter, actually, Shaman Mitchell. I'm a little bit I think he was a good fighter.
The little big man.
Yeah, that's right. Wow.
Area, he's from Tacoma Park. You see when you see me playing ball when I went out there?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. You from the was Keith Holmes a Southpaw?
Keith Holmes was a righty, last I remember.
Okay, Keith Holmes. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah, I think you're right on that one. I think you might be right. Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, man, for that, definitely Winky Wright, man. Good looking out for that one, man. Good looking out. Well, these are Southpaw lists. I think we got like the top 3 up in there that I think most people would probably have there. But we definitely mentioned most of the guys Southpaw. If you got anyone else, like just put them in the comment section and then we could talk about it, debate about it. Like I said, I'll probably have to amend my list of the order I probably got them in. But like I said to you, man, I just thought it's a good topic to talk about. And it's always good to talk boxing anyways. From EJ Boxing Live, from B Marsh Boxing. Make sure you subscribe to my man B Marsh. He always comes out with the news, and his channels is very informative. We're gonna catch you back on the next one, man. Probably in the weekend for another big fight. Thank you guys in the chat. Truth, Adam B, my man, what's his name? My man, MC Boxing Star, Roscoe, 22, 222. All them guys in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys coming over and supporting.
This guy said Rigo's a bum. He don't belong on the list, man. He should get booted off. He should get ejected off the hangout, man.
Man, the thing is, you know, the thing is when people say stuff, right, that you disagree with, rather like you have a debate with people. These are people, so it's like, you know, if like they can explain themselves or why they think whatever. That's what we're here for. Like,
I wouldn't literally boot him off the hangout because he said some nut ass shit. But
I mean, if he was like most of the time when people call people bums and stuff like that, like it's cool, but like racism and just I don't know M words and stuff. I zero tolerance, bro. Zero. But the thing is, when you call him a bum, do you want the guy to elaborate on why he thinks Rigo's a bum? You know what I mean? Because we already pointed out people were scared to fight Rigo. I got my man Carl Frampton. I got my man saying that he didn't want to fight him. You saw Winky fight. You saw Winky fight in the UK. Yeah, Winky fought in the UK. He fought
yeah, he did.
Yeah, he fought 2 fights. I think he fought 2 fights or 3 fights in the UK, and he
was a world traveler at one point in time. The man fought Harry Simon in Namibia.
Yeah, he lost that.
Or South Africa, excuse me. You know, he fought the Vasquez guy. That dude Pernell Whitaker beat for the 154-pound title.
That guy busted him up. That Vasquez guy
put Winky on the ground like 7 times. But the fight was still close because Winky won every single round that he didn't get dropped in. Yeah, you know, that shows how good of a fighter he was. If he didn't get dropped, he would have won that fight easily.
But that shows how good Pernell Whitaker was, didn't it? That shows how good Pernell was. Pernell never got touched up in that joint. I think people underestimated that win right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the truth right there, you know?
Now, people sleep on that Vasquez, man. He was that motherfucker was a champion for years with that WBA 154 till Pernell beat him, but he still got it back too after that.
Yeah. I hear that.
I'd like to see him and Terry Norris at the time unify.
Yep. Boy, man, I don't know. It's like I said to you, boy. The boxing people, I think some of the sports writers underestimate a lot of things. I think they underestimate a lot of things in terms of like what they think and how they think certain fighters are. They diss people's. I was listening to Ingram's chat the other day, and you know, there was a guy over there and they were talking about certain eras are weak, and Mr. Bashir came and shut that shit all down.
I heard that shit. He came and talked about it, man. He tells the people on the panel, man, Klitschko wasn't no bum, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he both was sorting that out. About man's got a weak era. Like they had to listen to Mr. Bashir because he knows what he's talking about. You ain't talking no punk now, son. It was he shut that shit right down. But that was a good
down, boy.
Yeah, and that goes down to the sports writers and the people. Like over here, like that's what I'm saying. I don't mind people talking. Yeah, I would have loved to talk to Bert Sugar, you know, if it's alive, but I think I'm gonna have to hit up a couple of historians, and we're gonna have some live debate with some of these historians and get their takes on how they see things, you know. But
yeah,
anyways,
you get the people who say Rigo's a bum and let them talk that shit with historians. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck the man a bum? That guy was a unified champion in like 9 fights. A 2-time gold medalist in 2 different Olympics.
Yeah, you remember he left his home and all his belongings up in Cuba to come in the States and to start again. Rigo's a great fighter, man.
Ain't no Cuban fighter a bum, man. For all the shit that they gotta go through just to make it to the States.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how I was a fan of Casamayor. That was my guy.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah, I like them as well. I like Casamayor.
You know? This guy was a dirty fighter. He do what he gotta do to win. But he was a champion. 2 different weight classes. Had classic fights with all them Showtime lightweights at the time. You know?
Right. Absolutely, man. And that's what it's about, man. You know, end of the day, you know, people talking boxing, have some sort of like respect for the fighter who step into the ring. And like if you got argument, like try to bring some constructive arguments and that's it, man. But like I said, man, I think we exhausted as much. If we got any other guys, make sure bring in. Like I said, I respect.
I could only mention maybe the left-handers of today, Southpaw.
Yeah, but they ain't as great as some of the guys we just mentioned. I think we got all the great ones up in
Yeah,
the chat.
but there's a few guys who right now are dominant guys, or guys who they Southpaw style gives people problems, like Errol Spence or even Adonis Stevenson.
Yeah, but they're not the greatest ones. So that's what we're evaluating,
Yeah,
and that's what in terms of the greatest. Right now they're still writing their book. They're still paving the resume.
right,
So
right.
yeah. Until they're finished. Oh, Josh Taylor's the future. Yeah, I see Josh Taylor. You're right.
Yeah, Southpaw too.
Yeah, Josh Taylor, I agree with you right there. Josh Taylor, definitely, he's one of the guys in the future. You know what I mean? There's a couple of guys in the future. They look like they're gonna do pretty well. Errol Spence, Josh Taylor, definitely ones for the future, 100%.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna shut this one down. You guys can continue chatting and putting your guys in the chat, and like I said, we might amend the list at some point as well. But I thank B-Marsh, I thank you guys in the chat, and yeah, man, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.